live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Despite challenges from the pandemic, more RPS 205 freshmen are on track. Local administrators explain what schools are doing to combat the education backslide.
A Rockford advocacy group announces critical new data about the future of our kids and our community. The findings measure early childhood development skills.
And the Rockford YMCA gets federal funding to renovate a former church. The impact youth services at the facility will have on the surrounding community. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. We will get to those stories for you in just a minute, but first, a developing story. Rockford fire crews are at Capri restaurant downtown. This is a live look of the building on East State Street near Madison. Heavy black smoke was coming out of the building when firefighters got there. We have a crew on the scene and we'll bring you any updates as we learn more. The results are in for the 2022 Illinois State School Report Card.
It shows student academic growth, rebounding. Results highlight a slight outperformance of pre-pandemic levels in reading and math. Although growth slowed significantly during the pandemic, the 2022 baseline student growth percentile on this year's state report card indicates academic growth is heading in the right direction. The 2021 report card showed dramatic declines in academic achievement and higher rates of chronic absenteeism. Local school districts also got a look at student achievement and performance since COVID.
Standardized test results took the biggest hit following the pandemic. Nikel Delgado talked to the Rockford School Superintendent. Nikel, what did Dr. Jarrett have to say?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. Statewide, students have been heavily impacted academically by the pandemic, and the Rockford Public School was no different. But RPS Superintendent Dr. Jarrett tells me their numbers are not too far from the state Illinois standard.
The kids had to adapt to using technology a lot more in order to continue doing their schoolwork during the pandemic.
The COVID-19 pandemic shutdown has disrupted everyone's regular routines, including school. RPS 205 parent Rhiannon Yandel tells me her children had to adapt to the new way of learning during the pandemic. Yandel says since the start of the pandemic, the school has been keeping her up to date on how her children are doing in school and how she can help at home.
They share different activities that are being done, and like in parent-teacher conferences, talking early about what we can do at home to help them, make progress.
The superintendent for the Rockford Public Schools, Dr. Heron Jarrett, says the standardized test result for RPS 205 didn't see much of a drop compared to the state average.
Yes, we were very negatively impacted by the global pandemic. Our most vulnerable students in particular were really negatively impacted. So we are going to have work to do in terms of ensuring that we provide extra time and learning opportunities for those students, and we're committed to doing that.
RPS is one of few larger districts that found a way to give families a choice for in-person learning. They utilize small learning communities. In the future, they hope to improve air quality so the learning environments are more comfortable and to have the ability to extend time within the academic calendar for students that need extra time for work.
So we made big investments in social emotional support for our students as well as academic support. So we've kind of had an all-hands-on-deck approach to helping our students be on track. And I think that is going to perpetuate into improved graduation rates moving forward.
Dr. Jarrett and Yandel agree there is still a lot of work to be done, but believe for students to be successful, parents and the district have to partner together to help students.
I think that the teachers and the schools really recognize that it has to be a partnership just because of the way that the world has changed.
I'm told RPS freshman class are on track for graduation. Eric?
Nikel, thanks. A State Line Group announces new data about the future of local children and the community. Alignment Rockford presented findings from this year's Early Development Instrument study. It takes a look at 5 metrics that includes physical health, emotional maturity, social competence, language and cognitive skills, and communication skills and general knowledge. The stats provide what the group describes as valid and reliable city and neighborhood level data representing children's health and development. The study shows State Line kids scored an overall 10 percentage points higher in the at-risk and vulnerable category than the national average.
When you get in and explore the maps, you just find things that you are like, I just didn't really expect that. Sometimes you'll find a neighborhood that is high in National Neighborhood Equity Index vulnerability in terms of a lot of barriers of equity, but they're doing a little better in their vulnerabilities and they're less vulnerable.
Rockford's one of the few communities in the United States to use the EDI data. An old church in Rockford serves a new purpose.
The Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd's partnering with the YMCA of Rock River Valley to house a youth center. Amory Wilder spoke to local leaders involved with making it happen. And Amory, there's a bigger mission here.
That's right, Eric and Mimi. Leaders at the Y tell me their mission is to meet the needs of the community. Their goal is to use this donated space to help keep about 75 kids out of trouble after school.
The place is crawling with kids after school every day, and it's just a joy.
The Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd worships on Sundays, but during the week, it serves as a youth center for the YMCA. Pastor Eric Lemonholm says the idea came up during the pandemic.
We are an older and smaller congregation in a big building, and we realized that we needed to open our doors to the community, to the neighborhood.
The plan is to renovate the old church using $750,000 in federal funding.
We have huge plans, one of which is their sanctuary, turning it into a multi-purpose gymnasium area. The basement, we want to renovate that kitchen.
Becca Hum is responsible for youth programming at the Y. She says the kitchen is used for cooking meals and nutrition classes, while the classrooms will get a makeover to be used for tutoring and homework time. But most importantly, the space provides security to young people in the community.
It's no question that when youth are in a safe and fun environment, they're not in other environments that aren't safe and fun. And so it's really important for us to provide a place, not just a safe environment, but a place youth want to be at.
As violence grows in communities, Senator Dick Durbin believes intervention efforts from organizations like the YMCA makes all the difference.
And I think one of the things we have to acknowledge is that we can't arrest our way out of this situation. It is far better for us to take a look at our families, all families, and children as well, and talk about interventions in their life that can make a difference, that can divert them from the wrong outcome.
So far, this Y location only provides youth services, but in a couple of weeks, they'll begin offering free community fitness classes. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Amory. Local hospitals are experiencing a high number of young patients in emergency rooms, with a majority of them treating the symptoms of respiratory syncytial virus or RSV. Normally, doctors say you shouldn't be alarmed. RSV is a common respiratory virus that usually causes mild cold-like symptoms. But this year, they're seeing it earlier in the season with more severe cases, mainly in children. Symptoms include runny nose, decrease in appetite, coughing, fever, and breathing issues. Another problem the state's running into is they don't have enough beds for the most severe cases.
But right now, we are at critical capacity for pediatric beds, pediatric ICU beds, and neonatal ICU beds across the state and in southern Wisconsin. I can tell you, we are full. All of the Rockford Hospital pediatric beds are full.
If symptoms do emerge, you should call your doctor for advice. The State Line celebrates the safe completion of the structural steel framing and the new home for the Rockford Public Library.
Coming up, we'll take you to the ceremony and share a progress report on the project.
And ComEd gets unanimous approval for another rate hike in Illinois. Coming up at 6, when you could see higher energy bills.
Get a nice little warm up going into the weekend. Temperatures could go even further next week. Lacking, though, is the rain. We need it. A look at the latest drought monitor coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Community members join Rockford Public Library employees for a major construction milestone.
Crews set the final piece of structural steel at the new main library. The library held a topping out ceremony. The beam lifted up was covered in signatures from members of the community. Library administrators and staff, city leaders and neighbors were all on hand. The Board of Trustees president says the community will be shocked how quickly the project evolves.
It seems like we're going downhill almost, and that completing the building is going to, I think, move rather quickly in terms of the appearances. And I think that people who drive across the Jefferson Street Bridge or come downtown, I think are going to be surprised at how quickly this is going to fall together.
Staff tell us they hope to move into the new facility by the end of 2023.
Community business leaders give us a preview of a major vendor expo. Cutting the Red Tape Expo is taking place next Wednesday at UW Health Sports Factory. All local businesses are welcome to attend, but event leaders are spotlighting minority, women, veteran, and disabled-owned businesses. A director for the Rockford Park District wants to see local businesses grow.
Maybe your business isn't fully established yet, but you really want to you want to build your business up. Please come learn from those in our community that can help you get set up.
If you'd like to attend the expo, there's a link in this story at mystateline.com. It was a mainly sunny day here in the State Line.
When we come back, Candace joins us to show us what the rest of the week looks like and if we should expect any rain for Halloween.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, cold out there as we woke up to some decent frost in many locations. Temperatures dropping back below freezing this morning, warming up into the low to mid 50s for this afternoon. We've added in a little more cloud cover as we currently sit at 53 in Rochelle and Rockford, 52 out in the Pretzel City, and 51 our current temperature now in Monroe. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera down in Rochelle, kind of looking off to the north and northwest. Cloud cover will thicken up 4 times, so that will leave our skies mostly cloudy and kind of limit just how fast that temperature will drop as the sun does set here this evening. But with some of the clouds kind of thinning out in a couple of spots, I think fog is possible later tonight and very early tomorrow. But the weekend looks gorgeous after a little bit of a foggy start Saturday morning. Should be a nice weekend to get out. I have to say, this is one of my favorite kind of views driving across the region, down maybe a country road, and you've got the trees on both sides and the colors are changing. Beautiful picture. Michael sharing this one from down in Rochelle. So thank you so much for your fall photo. Weather at WTVO.com is where you can share those fall pictures. As I said, this weekend is going to be a nice weekend to get out and enjoy. We get a little more cloud cover though as we go through the afternoon on Sunday. Cloud cover this evening, the result of some showers and a few thunderstorms off to the west of us. Those are not going to impact us tonight. In fact, we kind of build up a little ridge of high pressure later tonight, but we do keep that cloud cover around 36. That's where we'll end up for the overnight. Winds will stay pretty light. And so again, where we see some of those clouds thin out, may get a little fog in some spots tomorrow. So with a cloudy start tomorrow morning, we should see a return of sunshine, mostly sunny by the time we get into the afternoon. This will help our temperature along with that southeasterly wind, make it into the upper 50s and low 60s. So pretty comfortable out there for tomorrow, and the wind too won't be overly strong. That wind does turn light though tomorrow night and actually goes pretty calm. So this could lead to some areas of maybe dense fog into Saturday morning, but should be pretty nice for our Friday games. Round 1 of the playoffs. You've got Saturday playoff games too. No problems weather-wise. I know some towns are having their trick-or-treating hours. You got some trunk-or-treats going on. Weather-wise, it looks pretty nice. As I mentioned, we get a little more cloud cover. By the time we get into Saturday night, that'll hold our temperatures up just a bit, and then we'll keep some of the clouds around us through the afternoon on Sunday. We need the rainfall. There's a small chance for a shower or two once we get into Sunday afternoon. That stays pretty light though. The latest drought monitor from the National Drought Mitigation Center really shows those dry conditions really expanding here over the entire state of Illinois, and now we're talking about extreme drought conditions over southern Illinois, and that just kind of extends into the massive drought that is taking place across the United States. Not a lot of movement in those numbers for our friends to the north in Wisconsin. We need the rainfall. We need a good soaking rain coming down. You've got just a couple of light showers there, maybe during the afternoon on Sunday. Most of this will be out by Monday morning, which then will leave us dry for Monday afternoon. Temperatures back into the low 60s, low mid 60s actually for Monday. And guys, we might not get that far from 70 by the time we get into the middle of next week.
Awfully close there at the end of that 7-day. Candace, thanks.
Scott's in next with sports. The Astros and the Phillies will soon be back in action, chasing a World Series championship.
And the Fighting Illini football team will try to claim its 6th straight win Saturday on the road.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Major League Baseball's postseason comes back into focus tomorrow night. Game 1 of the World Series will be played in Houston. Both teams got in a workout today at Minute Maid Park. The Astros starting pitcher in Game 1 will be Justin Verlander. The Phillies will go with Aaron Nola. The Astros have yet to lose a game in these playoffs. They're 7-0. Dusty Baker is still trying to get his first World Series ring as a manager. One key to that will be not letting Phillies slugger Bryce Harper beat him. Baker managed a young Bryce Harper when they were both with the Nationals.
He's a tremendous player. He's been in the spotlight for a long, long time. Happen to like him a lot on the field and off the field. He's a force to, deal with.
You can see every game of the World Series on Fox 39. It's Game 1 tomorrow night, Game 2 Saturday night. There are some changes at the top for the Brewers. Team president David Stearns has stepped down. GM Matt Arnold has been promoted to president. The Fighting Illini football team will try to strengthen its grip on the Big Ten West lead Saturday. The Illini will be in Lincoln to take on Nebraska. The Illini are on a 5-game winning streak and sitting at 3-1 in conference play. The Cornhuskers have 3 wins overall. They're 2-2 in the conference. Brett Bielema says the Cornhuskers are playing better since their coaching change a few weeks ago.
And I noticed a difference on offense, defense, and really even on special teams, the way they're playing the game, the way they're, especially at home, which we're going into. They were able to beat an Indiana team by 2 scores, something we weren't able to do. So a very talented football team.
We'll have that game on WTVO as part of a doubleheader Saturday. The first game at 11 a.m. will be Notre Dame taking on 16th-ranked Syracuse. Then at 2:30, the Illini and Cornhuskers will go at it. College basketball season is closing in on us. The NIU Huskies will open up a week from this coming Monday at home against Illinois Springfield. We'll play an exhibition game this coming Monday at the Convocation Center against McKendree. The Huskies went 9-21 last season in Rashawn Burno's first season as head coach. He has 8 newcomers added to the team that he's excited about, plus star guard Keyshawn Williams returns. He led the team in scoring last season at more than 16 points per game.
But I'm excited about the product that we're going to put out there. We're going to be a fun, exciting, team. We're going to get out, we're going to run, we're going to press. We're going to shoot the ball a lot better than we did last year, based on what the numbers bear out for the first 22 practices. So I'm excited about the overall roster.
First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and more. Little cloud cover out there tonight, 60s for the weekend.
Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.